Okay, so welcome to the podcast. You know, on and off the court. I am at the moment your host. I am Jordan. Thank you for coming. Uh,
First one in the books.
First one,
Yes, sir.
yes, this should be a good one. Uh, in terms of who's going to be joining us, it's kind of going to fluctuate, but we'll see how it goes. First is Herb,
Oh damn,
and
my
then
dog.
no, and then we also have KJ here as well,
Yo, yo.
and myself, Jordan, and then Keyshawn.
Yes, sir.
All right, and Keyshawn, go ahead and you tell us about yourself, what you like about your teams, what sports you represent, what's going on.
So up in here, I'm a huge LeBron fan. So he the GOAT. I'll debate anything about LeBron. I'm also a diehard Heat fan. So
Okay. Fuck with any other sports?
a little bit of football, but me, I'm a casual
Okay. Okay.
football wise.
All right. What about you, Herb?
All right, so I'm a I don't know if I want to say a Laker fan right now because LeBron on that team. I don't really rock with that dude, but I guess you could say started off a Laker fan. When LeBron retire or get the fuck off on my team, I'll be a Laker fan again. But we're rooting for the Suns right now. Not really liking what I'm seeing, but uh, hey, we're the only team to beat the Nuggets since the All-Star break, so I'll take it.
Yeah, that's a good
Huge,
point.
That is
huge
true.
Cowboy fan. You know, even though I hate him, Jerry Jones could, you know how I feel about that. But
You're right.
yeah, huge Cowboy fan. Thinking about starting another bandwagon team for football. Don't know yet. All right, but yeah, that's it about me.
All right. All right. And KJ, what about yourself, huh?
Well, for basketball, I ain't really got a team. I just like to instigate the arguments between Herb and Keish. Uh, for NFL, I'm a Green Bay fan, even though we, trash because we lost Aaron Rodgers and best wide receiver that we had.
I mean,
So
y'all looked pretty good last season.
yeah, we look decent, but
Y'all beat
hopefully,
us, man.
true.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we
just
can
beat
get something in
Dallas.
the free agency though. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But
It's
yeah,
looking good so far. It's looking good so far, which is
Loki, I think they added some pieces in free agency too. I'm not
we
sure.
did. Yeah, a couple wide receivers and stuff like that filled the spots. Love, he's not too bad, but I would have liked them to have gotten some more time with it, Rogers. That way he could have got some more experience at least. But he look alright. He look alright.
Loki think it was the
yeah.
right time to Jordan Love is hooping or not hooping. He been balling lately.
True.
Especially
It's
that
it's,
little
shit, it's
run.
his time to shine. So
Nobody expected them to beat the damn Cowboys, but
That is true. That is true. And it's going to be an interesting season.
Yes,
And
sir.
then to wrap up, for myself, I am a diehard Warriors fan, all Bay Area essentially. So Niners fan, Giants, whatever you can think of. And Steph going for number 5. It's going to happen
oh Lord,
at some point.
yes sir.
All right. So we're just going to go right into it. We're going to start going to the NBA, getting past these introductions here. Nuggets have probably been the hottest team in the league since the All-Star break has ended. They've only lost a single game, which was to the Lakers, as Herb mentioned beforehand. And
nope.
on the
Suns.
other end of the spectrum, Boston is the first team to clinch the playoffs, which is,
Wait, really?
Yeah,
yes,
they clinched it. I think
Boston just
yesterday.
clinched yesterday, and they're the
Damn,
first team to clinch.
How
that's
you
great.
feel
So,
about that, Keyshawn?
Say what?
all
How
right.
you feel about that, Keyshawn?
Yeah,
How I feel about that?
Keyshawn, how do you feel about Boston so far? Did you expect Joe Mazzulla to have as much success as he had coaching this team this season? Or is it just the stars?
I'm not surprised. Like last year, they were like the second seed. So, and of course, you had Porzingis, Drew Holiday, and they're
True.
juggernaut. So, I'm not surprised at all.
Lockdown with size too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
Though
good
their
addition.
bench is suspect, and if they play a team
That
like
yeah, that's
long.
exactly. They got no depth,
Miami,
bro.
play a team like Miami, play a team like Milwaukee, where they're gonna kind of try to make it a long fight. I don't know how that bench is gonna do, and those stars are gonna get tired at some point, and then it's
Eventually.
gonna turn into a situation like Phoenix last year, where
Yeah.
Devin Booker and KD gassed out when they
And
were
then
starting
they
the
live and
ball.
die by the three. They just pick up
That
a bunch
too.
of 3-pointers,
That
bro.
too.
And that went away in the playoffs.
Y'all said the
All right.
Bucks.
But I mean, I don't know.
Should we run through the Bucks' last 5 games?
Golly.
All right, hold on, let's do it. Bucks. Hold on, wait. Let me make sure this is the last 5 games.
He said, "Let me just double check."
I mean, what George's saying is true. You got Giannis, bro. You got a chance.
Honestly,
Last
though,
5 games, the Milwaukee Bucks, 125-90, lost to the Warriors. 123, 122, lost to the Lakers. 124, 117. They won that game to the Clippers. Hold on, let's see who played.
Who was hurt?
Yep, let me see.
Kawhi didn't even play.
Oh yeah, no Kawhi. That was,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they barely won that fucking game.
Then they
That was a
get
close game.
blown out by Sacramento, 129-94,
God
And
damn.
then
and then they beat the Sixers.
barely without Embiid by 9.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
think Maxey had just came back from
Yeah.
injury.
I could see that series going. Bucks probably win 2 games max.
They just don't play defense, bro. That's their problem, man. They got
Yeah.
no perimeter defenders, like, at all. Their best opponent to attack defenders
They
is Beverly.
hired Doc Rivers.
Yeah, then they hired Doc Rivers, who I don't trust at all.
Mhm.
And let's talk about Dame since the All-Star break. How's he been?
You know,
I mean, they
Not
started
impressive,
hot.
man.
They were undefeated at
At
first.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
Dame, he's been up and down, bro.
the games
Yeah.
that they went
He's had some good
undefeated.
games in there.
I mean, if we
some
just look at the game
impressive.
against Sacramento, I
They
mean,
played
he
some
only
hard
had 10
teams.
points, played 33 minutes.
dang.
And the
you
thing
look
with
at
the
the other
Bucks,
end,
bro, like,
De'Aaron Fox had 29, Malik Monk had 25 off the bench.
Eesh.
Who would y'all say is the
is the what?
biggest threat to the Celtics?
The biggest threat.
Without Embiid, it can't be the Sixers.
It can't. No way.
Hold on. So we got Celtics as the first seed, Bucks second, Cavs third, Knicks fourth, Magic are the fifth seed.
Yes.
What the hell?
Yeah. That's
Look at
actually
Luka, bro.
Pacers, who are
That's
kind of
follow.
starting to pick it back up again all of a sudden, are the sixth seed. Miami's the seventh. Sixers are the eighth. Bulls ninth, and the Hawks are the 10th. Nets are behind them 3 games for the 11th. It looks like this is probably what the seeding is going to be for the rest of the season. It's going to fluctuate, obviously, but those 10 teams.
I don't see anybody.
I think the Cavs are good, but I feel like they're just going to fall apart again.
at the end, they're
I
going to
feel
fall
like
apart for the long game.
Can't trust them, bro.
I mean,
Mhm.
you can't trust them.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Especially what they
New
pulled
York?
last year. I still can't believe last year, bro.
New York is a tough one. I honestly don't know how to feel about them.
New York?
I don't think they can get it done.
I think they'll
They
get
just
tough
got
out.
OG back.
They're
They'll
hot,
get tough
healthy.
out.
They're tough. I mean,
They are.
I feel like they can
compete,
surprise.
but
I don't know if they're gonna beat Boston
a
though,
long
'cause
game.
this
Oh,
would be
no,
their
they ain't gonna beat Boston.
no,
That's what
they're
I'm
not
saying,
beating Boston. I mean,
I'm
if we're
kidding.
looking
Can't
at
trust
any
Randle,
lower
bro.
seeds, if you're looking at lower seeds, obviously the Heat with their
Oh, yeah.
history, it's kind
Of
of hard
course.
to not say anything about it because they did beat them last year, and
course.
it was 2 out of the last 3. I
Yep.
mean, it's hard
And
to ignore it. Jimmy Butler, when it comes
Jimmy
playoff time,
buckets.
he just performs. He
He's
just
just a
shows
different
up.
breed.
The only issue is, are they going to be able to stay healthy because they still have yet to have a healthy postseason?
That is
And
true.
even right now, Tyler Hero is out, and
Yeah.
we don't
And
know
Bam
when he's
got
going to
hip
be back
injury.
still.
And Josh Richardson.
Yeah,
And Bam on hip injury too.
and again, no
Yeah,
one,
man.
this team did absolutely nothing during. Well, I mean, they did make the move for Terry Rozier, which was nice, but they honestly could have done more. I feel like they could have tried to. I don't know. Again, going back to the offseason, though, last offseason, this kind of just goes into that Dame missed opportunity, which is really unfortunate. So
I think it's
It's interesting how the season's played out because of it. It's like multiple different teams had consequences for Cronin just being a bitch, not
Yeah,
not
fucking
trading.
man. Turn Boston into a juggernaut, bro.
Like seriously, I don't understand. But transitioning to the West, what a transition post All-Star break. Nuggets all of a sudden are insane right now. They are currently on a 5-game win streak, 9-1 in their last 10. Thunder right now looking pretty good as a second seed, 7-3 out of the last 10. Lost their last or won their last game, lost previously. Timberwolves are probably going to fall, possibly. I don't know, without Karl Anthony Towns, but they are 6-4 in their last 10 currently. Clippers are starting to fall apart a little bit on health too. Russ is hurt, just had surgery on his hand, and now Kawhi is having back issues. It's not looking too good at the moment. They are 5-5 in their last 10 and lost their last game. Pelicans, who Herb has had an issue with recently.
Fall off a cliff. Fall off a cliff.
Because of some bets. Pelicans are 6-4 in their last 10, and Zion is looking
Bro,
scary.
hey, what did I tell the chat the other day? I said when I don't bet on them, they win. When I bet on them, they put up a goddamn stinker, bro.
And now the most interesting aspect of the Western Conference right now, which is essentially the play-in race, which seems to be at a lock with these 5 teams at this point, which would be the Kings, who are at the moment on a 6-4 out of the last 10 right now. They have been weird all season. It's been a complete flip from last year. Honestly, don't really know what it is, but apparently to some people, Sabonis is also in the MVP talks, which baffles me as well. MVP. NBA had him in the top 10 for MVP race. NBA.com. And that was official.
There's no way.
Moving down to the 7th seed, the Suns, who are 6-4. Herb's pick to go to the finals and win the finals this year. Moving down to the 8th seed, who is the Dallas Mavericks, who are currently 5-5 in their last 10 right now. Their defense post All-Star break has just been absolutely atrocious, probably the worst in the league, and I didn't think they could get any worse than Milwaukee, but it seems to be the case. Then we have the Lakers, who are 6-4 in their last 10. Just had, I don't know, it's been kind of 50-50. D'Lo is finding his way.
Yeah.
And then ending it with the 10th seed with us, the Warriors, who are 5-5 in their last 10. Kind of a flip since the All-Star break. Steph got hurt and lost a couple of close games again. Had that ugly loss against Boston, but we were the hottest team in the league, and we just kind of fell off. It kind of sucks.
With the Spurs too.
Yeah, the loss to the Spurs and the Bulls was a back-to-back loss. Winnable games, really winnable games, and we got the Lakers tonight. So
yeah, I do.
What's y'all
we do.
Tonight?
Steph is playing, and as I'm aware, since Steph is playing, I'm pretty sure Draymond's gonna play because he's not gonna have any injury this time. This motherfucker only seems to not want to play when Steph is out.
I think I see LeBron and AD on the injury list too. But
No, they're playing, bro.
Yeah, it's an ABC game.
Oh yeah. Go.
Yeah, as long as it's healthy. I mean, last game LeBron dropped what 30, 38. Steph had 46.
Oh, each one against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
mean,
down to Anthony Davis. Depending on how he plays.
Bro, he's so off and on.
Yeah,
I mean,
he has been, bro. Don't get me started on that nigga, bro.
He's definitely been off, and other assets of it as well. The Warriors are kind of going more with their younger talent in terms of size too. So relying on Trace Jackson Davis more, he's been getting a lot of those minutes that Saric used to get because Saric, honestly, this entire season has been useless. I mean, he does absolutely nothing. He can't defend.
Out.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't work out. And Trace Jackson Davis, when he comes off the bench with Clay, that's a nice little pick and roll action that those two have developed. Chris Paul actually has a threat above the rim for a lob threat when he's coming off the bench as well, so it's nice. I just feel like I don't know. Without Steph, this team really shows that we are nothing more than a lottery team, and that's the truth. And that just shows what he does to this team. Uh, it is what it is. We'll see what we can do. Feel confident in a playoff game, in a play-in game, in a playoff series. It just kind of depends. No, Timberwolves would be a fun thing to dream of, but I'm pretty sure at this point we're out of the race for that 6th seed now because of those losses. So we'll see how it goes. A team that still has a chance, but got swept by the 6th seed currently, the Lakers. I don't know how I feel about
Wait, I'm
them
laughing at my team.
depending on who they play. I feel like if they play OKC or they play the Timberwolves, that is what they are looking for, and that is
Yeah.
what I would be feasting for. But I'm sure at this point, the 6th seed is completely out of sight for them as well, due to getting swept by the Kings. So I don't know. How do we feel about a Lakers on a play-in game? And at the moment, they would have to play 2 games right now.
Yeah. Mm.
It's hell, man.
It's gonna come down to health. It's just all health at this point in time. If
Cool.
anybody gets hurt, it's a wrap. Or if anybody doesn't play up to their potential, then they're gonna be falling behind every time. So AD has to play on top of his game and actually play like he
And they missed Bando too, bro. He was playing well before he got hurt.
Yeah, that too. Bro,
He's their best perimeter defender.
everybody needs to be on the P's and Q's when it comes down. Otherwise, they gonna fall behind every time.
Yeah, this team, it's interesting because it's hard to say that you can't trust LeBron in those moments because like he's been there so many times.
He proves it every time.
Exactly. So now we'll transition into a team that this team is just it's been a year, a predictable year in my opinion, because I did call this and everyone can vouch for this that Bradley Beal cannot stay healthy for the Phoenix Suns.
Oh,
At
yeah.
all.
I was with you on that.
And
Yeah.
I called the back injury being a problem, and I also compared it to Ben Simmons out in the East on Brooklyn, who has been shut down for the season because of his back injury again. So I honestly don't know what they're going to do. They're starting to cook, and Kevin Durant, the last 4 or 5 games,
5 games, I
has
think?
been absolutely
Out of
monstrous.
Yeah.
Not yesterday. Put up a
Oh.
stinker.
Nah, he been
He
balling
didn't
up
really,
for
he
that.
didn't really
He had
put-
13
he didn't
yesterday.
have- He just didn't have KD stats.
They got the win, and in
Yeah,
that scenario,
I care
that's
about.
nice.
Actually, let me pull up the stats from yesterday.
He had
You
13
played the
points.
Hornets, didn't you?
Yeah, he had 13 points. I have it right here.
KD didn't take a single field goal shot the whole first quarter.
Damn.
But to be real though, I don't know how I feel about this team. And
Yeah,
unless they play something like the Timberwolves, I feel like I don't unless they play OKC or they play the Timberwolves, I don't know how I don't know how I feel about them. I do think those are the 2 weakest teams at the top of the conference right now when it comes to the playoff time because Gobert is useless.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw what Shaq said the other day that Shaq right now could do exactly what he's doing and get paid for the
Yeah.
exact same amount, and I
That is right.
wholeheartedly believe it because he is useless come playoff time. I just
Every
wouldn't.
time.
I don't know if you can bet against Anthony Edwards.
All right, wait, let's see.
That man's
Suns
tough.
versus Thunder. Who y'all got in the series?
Who?
Suns
It would
versus
be
Thunder.
right now. It would be Suns versus Thunder,
I'll took the Suns, be honest, bro.
and I'll take Suns.
Yeah.
Timberwolves versus Suns.
Suns.
Without Cat, yeah.
Yeah, without Cat,
Yeah, I'm taking Suns.
I'm taking Suns.
Every time.
Unhealthy Clippers. Because Russell ain't coming back, right?
Not for a minute.
He should be back.
He might be back by first round, bro.
He was a huge pain in our ass last year.
So yeah, I don't know about that
Clippers,
one.
I feel like that'll go to a 6-7 game series. Either
Sounds
side.
about.
Pelicans, I feel like we'll beat them in a 6-game series. Kings.
They'll beat the Kings.
Yeah, they'll beat the Kings. I
Kings don't play defense, bro.
You gotta
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
y'all,
That's
y'all,
a
y'all,
young team that don't know how to play defense.
offensively,
And
y'all
if
are
you tell me like
monsters
in a shootout, I'm taking the Suns, bro.
every time.
I mean, here's the
Yeah.
thing though: are we really gonna act like Phoenix plays defense that
Either.
well against their
I know
guards?
they don't.
Because
They don't play.
Devin
Yeah.
Booker isn't stopping De'Aaron Fox,
Yeah, against
and
guards, they're shitty.
But the
and
Suns
They
I
got
let,
more
mean,
offensive power though.
they let
as
what's his
rough
name?
as the Kings have been this season, I also trust their bench more because they got Malik Monk coming off the bench, and we see what he can do, and we saw what he did against us last year in that 7-game series. He was killing us the entire time.
That is.
Yeah, but then you could kind of cancel that out with Grayson Allen.
Oh, that's tough, bro. I get what you're
Oh,
saying,
dang.
but I'm saying like overall, who got more talent? I'm gonna take the Suns, bro.
I'll take the
Overall
Suns
talent?
because
Hey,
Teams too, like
at the end of the day.
if you slow down Sabonis, bro, you're gonna win.
I mean,
Is
at
That's
the
true.
end of
what
the
you
day,
guys did
if
to him
we're
last
looking
year.
at it like this, then the Suns have the better players.
Nurk since the All-Star break has been fucking going crazy.
Yeah, he's had a bunch of fucking 20 rebound games, bro.
I think last
Damn.
night he had 26.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I think he had like 21 boards.
Oh yeah, it was 21. He had 13, 21.
All right, so with the season wrapping up, we got about a month left, essentially, roughly, to look at. With the play-in teams, right now, currently, the Heat would play, the Sixers?
Yeah.
And the Bulls would play the Hawks.
Mm.
I know the Heat can win that game.
Oh, yeah.
I have
Wait,
a
the
funny
Hawks
feeling they're going to lose that game for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Against Philly?
Yeah. I don't
Wait,
know what it is, but something tells me that would be the most Miami Heat thing to do.
I don't see it.
I'm pretty sure the Heat win that game.
They
So
better
who do we
win it.
right?
It depends though on health.
Yeah, so I think all of us agree Heat win that game against Philly. And it looks like that's the lock right now too, if that were to be the case, if Miami does not get the 6th seed, which they're currently a game behind right now.
Yes.
Or a half game behind, sorry.
We could get that. Schedule's like easy.
Yeah, they could get it back.
Yeah.
So with that then, Chicago versus Atlanta. Chicago has been very good post All-Star break. And I won't say very good, but they've been on a rise. They're still below 500. And the Hawks, I just don't trust at all. Who do you guys feel like is winning that matchup in the play-in? Because this will be the matchup regardless. They are not catching the 8th seed from what it looks like, in my opinion. They're 4 games back from the 8th and the 7th seed, and they're 5 from the 6th. I just don't see it happening.
Where's Levine at?
He hurt.
He's hurt.
Then I give it to.
Trae Young's hurt too.
Ooh.
But the thing is that
yeah.
the Bulls have been winning. They're 5-5 in their last, 5-5 in their last 10.
What are Hawks looking like?
The Bulls, they're always known to play.
They
Bro.
are too. Hawks on a 3-game losing streak as well.
I might give it to the Bulls.
Nah, the
I
Bulls
say-
will beat them, bro.
I think the Bulls play way more defense.
I say
depending
Bulls.
on who's at home.
And especially without Trey.
Yeah,
You
without
said?
Trae. I don't think
It's a
Trae's
wrap.
back.
It's a wrap for them.
DeJounte Murray.
Okay. So if that's the case, so then we would have a matchup with the Sixers and the Bulls. Maxey versus DeMar DeRozan. How are we looking at that matchup?
I'll still take the Bulls.
I'm still, yeah.
I've
I'll
still
take
taken the Bulls.
I mean, Philly could fall out, bro, if Embiid don't come. I just thought about that.
I don't think Embiid's coming back. I mean, it's the same. What him and Cat have the same injury, right? It was a meniscus tear.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's normally like months.
Yeah.
I just read an article today that said he might come back though.
Is he?
Embiid?
Possibly, yeah.
I don't think he's coming back, bro. It doesn't make any sense. You're gonna rush him
It
back.
wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't, especially with how big he is and how
Yeah.
injury prone he already is.
That is true.
And if he does come back, you're gonna play Boston the first round, bro. After coming back from injury, like, come on, that's a tall
I
task,
see
bro.
what you're saying, Herb. Though,
Yeah.
I do see the article you talking about. They said that he's targeting to return by playoffs, though, or he's trying to return before. But I don't see it.
I just think it would.
I mean, there hasn't even been a legitimate update, honestly, in regards to him. And the last update we got, which was put out on Bleacher Report 4 days ago, is that he's nowhere near return.
Yeah, he's nowhere near return. I seen that.
So yeah, at all.
So as far as we're aware, I don't see it happening. Let's see. I mean, I don't see it. I don't know what they expected from it. And it's the same thing with the Cat situation in the West. I just don't see a situation where it's going to actually have him return. And I'm pretty sure that team is just going to have to give up. And that's another wasted season. All because of Joel Embiid's health, which I'm not going to blame him in this instance because I don't think it's his fault this year. I feel like he felt forced to play because of the new rules for the requirements for the rewards and stuff. But that's another issue for another topic on another day.
Mm-hmm.
But just the recovery time alone for this to get into perspective, I mean, it's 8 to 12 weeks, but up to 6 months to a year in other cases. Like,
And especially how big he is.
Exactly. They're trying to make it not seem as bad,
But
it's worse than it actually is.
The severity of it in the case is actually bad for him, especially due to all his previous histories of injuries and things like that, just like you were stating before. So it just makes you wonder, even after him healing and stuff like that, is he going to be like the same or
game shape?
He'll be fine once he heals.
Yeah.
Next year, if he takes this whole year off and just waits till next year, he'll be fine. But
if
the 76ers just tank, might as well try to get a good playoff pick out of it. I mean, not a playoff pick.
That's too late. Oh, too late for that now, bro.
I mean, they can still get probably like a top 20 pick if they lose them every game.
Yeah, if they fall out, you're right.
Yeah, if they fell out, for sure.
Give me 1 sec. I'm refreshing this for the meantime real quick, and then we'll continue.
Win today. I don't know why on earth are they favored by 500.
Okay.
550 actually. 10.5.
Suns versus Mavericks. No. Lakers versus Warriors.
Okay, so with that, then we'll wrap up with the East here. So with our predictions, then it seems like all of us agree Miami's going to be the 7th seed then if it were to stay, or at least they'll be playing. Sixers at the moment would be falling out then, which means the Bulls would be taking the 8th seed. So Boston wins that matchup round 1 automatically. Then does not even matter. And Boston also has the 1st seed locked, obviously, because they just clinched. So Boston's moving on. Then it would be, let's see, Bucks versus Miami so far right now in the first round. We saw this last year.
Yes, we did.
Jimmy Butler still there.
Put on a show.
Damian Lillard has been incorporated into that team and that offense. How do we feel about a Bucks and Miami matchup round 1? Keyshawn to start.
I don't know. I felt like we would beat them in, I think, 6. But it all depends on Hero's health and if Love's going to play. Because last year we ran a lot of double big lineups against them, and without Love we can't do that. So that would be really tough.
Now we saw what Jimmy Butler did last year too. That defense. And that defense also had Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday just didn't seem to know how to be Drew Holiday that day or that entire series. But now they don't have that man anymore. They no longer have him, one of the best defenders at his position. They now have Damian Lillard. And they also have one of the worst defenses in the league, though it has been rising since the acquisition of Doc Rivers post the All-Star break. I don't know. I just
don't see it.
I don't know. It's a bad matchup. I feel like Miami really fucked them over with that loss last year.
They really
how you recover.
And Coach Bo runs circles around Doc, bro. He always do.
So yeah,
I mean, you're talking about a playoff choker when it comes to coaching with Doc Rivers, who has multiple blown series leading leads.
Man,
against one of the best coach of all time and the best coach in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Against Coach Bo. So I mean, we'll see what happens. Moving up, we have the 3 seed Cavs, and they would be playing the Pacers. Again, this could fluctuate between Miami and the Pacers. The Sixers are technically in it as well. I just don't see it happening. So the Pacers and Miami could be flipping at any point in time because Miami's right behind them. Magic are 2 game up from the Pacers for that. Cavs and Pacers, though, I don't know. Pacers have been kind of 50-50. They do have Siakam now, but Halliburton has been absolutely trash. And I feel like it's all because of that ham injury that he had. And the Cavs, I mean, they looked
When
so
going-
bad last year that I have to see it to believe it.
Give me give me the Cavs.
You said the
You're taking
Cavs.
Cavs.
Yep.
I mean, they have Donovan
That
Mitchell,
was
who
tough, bro.
has
I could see
experience.
either team winning, bro. I could see the Pacers beating the Cavs or the Cavs beating the Pacers.
And
Yeah,
on the
I
Um,
mean,
Cavs,
That one's like a
I can
coin
see
flip.
both.
Cavs.
Honestly, they're
Yeah.
kind of similar teams
in a way, yeah.
In a way, they're really similar
Mm.
teams. Both have young guards with Mitchell and Halliburton, who are really
Cavs
talented.
got, yeah.
Really good underrated centers with Jared Allen and Miles Turner, and
That is
then a roster that's built around it. It's just the Pacers have Siakam, and they've just been disappointing since the acquisition of it.
I might
Oh, and
take
Benedict got hurt too,
Yeah,
and he's their third leading scorer.
I would take the Cavs in this situation.
I
I'm
might
pretty.
take Cavs on that
Yeah.
one, yeah.
I'm leaning towards Cavs
Yeah.
too.
Cavs play way better defense, way better at home.
And to end with
Pacers.
the Knicks. Oh, my bad. Continue.
No,
My
you're
bad.
good.
Pacers.
No, you're good. I ain't really got
That's
too
my
much to
bad.
say about the Pacers.
Pacers are, I don't know. They were good and then they fell off. I mean, 5-5 in the last 10, not that impressive. They could be better. We'll see. And then the end of the East, we have the Magic and the Knicks. Knicks are the 4th seed, Magic are the 5th seed. I'm pretty confident that the Knicks are going to win this series. I just think the Magic, it's one of those scenarios where it's just a young team. I'm really impressed. Paolo's been awesome this year, and I did not expect them to be this good this season.
That fast, yeah. The chemistry, I guess, was just perfect for them.
It's
was
tough.
ready.
I feel like it depends on who's.
And Franz Wagner's underrated too.
Yeah, Wagner goes crazy.
For sure.
I mean, just this year,
it's too.
yeah, really good, really fun to watch. I mean, Paolo reminds me of like a mellow LeBron hybrid, and his game is just so identical to it. Averaging 22.7 this year, 46% shooting, which is pretty good. 36% from three, which if you actually look at the spectrum with 3-point shooters, it's honestly pretty decent right now. With just about 7 rebounds, almost 6.8, and 5 assists a game, he's gonna be a problem.
Oh yeah.
Especially having that sorry Magic team as a playoff team. Sophomore year.
Off rip, yeah.
It damn near when I watch him, I don't even feel like he's a sophomore. He seems like a veteran. He plays like a veteran.
He does. And that roster is not bad, honestly, in my opinion. But you guys mentioned Wagner. I mean, just at the last game, everyone incorporates, Paolo, he had 9, 8, and 17. 17 points. Wagner, he had 19, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Carter, 15, 8, and 3. Suggs, 16 points. Cole Anthony and Jonathan Isaac off the bench with 12 and 10. And I still like Markelle Fultz. I feel like he's been improving since he got off of Philly and kind of fixed that shoulder injury. It's a decent team. I just think they're a little young. That's all.
Yeah, they're a couple pieces away.
And Suggs, he's gonna make an all defense team, bro. He's one of the best defensive guards out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with it. Let's move on to the Western Conference play-in teams, because this is the one that's kind of crazy right now. So the 9 and the 10 seed are essentially in a lock at this point. The Lakers and the Warriors cannot get to the 6th seed. They are stuck in the play-ins. There's no way out. They have no choice but to play in the play-ins at this point. And as of right now, that is the matchup. The Warriors are 4 games back from the 8th seed, and I just don't see a feasible comeback unless we just win out the rest of the season, which, I mean, it could be a possibility. We have one of the easier schedules for the remainder of the season. We play the Lakers tonight, obviously. We ended up losing to the Mavs without Steph, of course. We have probably one of the tougher matchups with New York on Monday, but then you got, Grizzlies, Pacers, Timberwolves who are injured, Heat, which is going to be a fun matchup. But then you got Magic, Hornets, Spurs, Mavericks 2 more times, Rockets, Jazz. I mean, it's a lot of lower seeded teams.
That's kind of tough, though. Like
it's tough, though. Exactly. So it went from an easy schedule and us having a shot to get out of the play-in and possibly play the Timberwolves in the first round to Now we might have to hope we can get the 8th or the 7th seed and play OKC.
Yeah, and that's a if y'all can do that. Yeah.
And gotta hope that Dallas falls off. And I mean, well,
Right.
okay,
What's an equal game?
as it stands, because the Western conference is just going to fluctuate as the entire month goes. I mean,
Yeah.
we've had Steph out the last couple of games. This obviously could change with him back because we would finally be healthy again since we never can seem to be so finally. And we were the hottest team before that point. So if it were to stand right now with the Lakers and the Warriors, how do you guys feel about that matchup?
I'm
interesting.
It's gonna be interesting for sure. If everybody's healthy and playing on point, then I would probably lean a little towards the Lakers.
I just feel like it's a battle of two teams that's just gonna get wiped in the playoffs.
So they've only played each other twice this season. They've split the series so far. They played first back in January, which I believe that was a classic. Yeah, that was the overtime game where the Warriors lost by 1 point, 144-145. That was a very, very good game as well. And then the last game where they went crazy. Steph and LeBron both, it was like a classic,
Yes.
Steph 40 plus points, LeBron 30 plus points at their ages. Still obviously ridiculous that they're able to do what they're doing. That's a tough matchup though. Obviously, they've kind of met a couple of times already in the Western Conference so far in the playoffs, which is just absolutely weird. I'm still not used to seeing it, honestly.
They played on a plane like a few years ago too.
Exactly, and they bounced us in the play-in, and that was before Clay got back from injury, and Steph at the podium saying to watch out for next season because y'all don't want to see us, and then we saw how that ended.
Yeah.
Add that to the hardest quotes. But just looking at the first two matchups, I mean, first game, Steph dropped 46. Klay Thompson had 24. Everyone was healthy in that game. Lakers did end up taking that one. It looks like LeBron James 36, Anthony Davis 29, and D'Angelo Russell absolutely killed us with 28. I mean, I don't know what is happening with him this season, but I love it for him. I love it for him. I do.
Yeah,
and then last game that we ended up winning, LeBron was not there. So yeah, I don't know. I like our chances, obviously, but I do think the Lakers are a tough matchup, mainly because of Anthony Davis and LeBron.
I'd be killing on the boards and stuff.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, we're just not big enough. I mean, we have someone for LeBron, thankfully, somewhat, because Draymond can, he's matched up with him for so long. He at least knows how to make it somewhat difficult. But then you have no one else to guard AD. And while Draymond is very good when it comes to matching with AD for some reason, we have no one for LeBron then at that point, because I do not trust Andrew Wiggins.
And if
Jonathan
you let LeBron
Kuminga is becoming better. Exactly. Jonathan Kuminga is getting a lot better defensively, but he still needs some improvement. I feel like this one's a toss-up. We'll kind of see how this one plays off, though, because this could change very easily, in my opinion, just because I don't see these teams being bad for very long.
Oh, no.
They know it's time to heat up. Steph's is coming back. I feel like tonight is going to be a really important game. Both teams need to win this game. Because, honestly, if I'm either team, I would not want to be playing Denver right now.
Yeah.
That is literally the one team you do not want to match up right now.
Now, the interesting matchup, which again, this could fluctuate with the Kings, of course, because the Kings are in that contention for the play-in as well. They could easily fall back in. The Suns are as the 7th seed currently, and the Dallas Mavericks as the 8th seed. Now, we saw this matchup last year.
Mavs versus
the year before.
Herb's worst night.
And we also are going to most likely get it this year, it looks like. Luka Doncic, who is having probably his best season so far. He is absolutely killing it this year. It's honestly insane what he can do.
He's going to put up a class act every time.
the Phoenix Suns, they've kind of been struggling for the most part this season, mostly due to health. They just never seem to be able to stay healthy. How are you guys feeling about a a play-in matchup between the Suns and the Mavericks right now?
It's death
Playing.
for.
We ain't gonna be in playing, so I'm not worried about that.
I mean, if
Oh, so
it
you think they're
happens,
making it out?
But if it was to happen,
I'm taking Mavs.
give me the Suns all the way.
Mavs for me.
Taking a match, bro.
They finna cook them, boy.
Nah,
You got 40 on your
my boy,
head, running around.
since KD's been there, I think they lost to the Mavs like what? I think it's even.
Even.
Let's
Yeah,
look. Let's look real quick.
since KD's been there.
Pull it up. Let's pull it up real quick, y'all. Let's see.
They won the Mavs beat y'all twice so far this year.
All
Y'all
right,
beat them.
Keith.
That was the game with no
Keith.
Kyrie.
All right. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure we ain't have somebody neither.
Oh shit, y'all both don't play defense, but
Yeah, I'm definitely still gonna take the Mavs. So
Especially not ball hog Booker.
I think the Mavs need too much stuff to go their way for them to beat. I mean,
I don't know. I
not
like
too
their
much, but
Big Ten and Lively and Gelford.
they
I'll
ain't
take
been
their
doing
center
that
over
too much for
yours.
Okay,
lately,
so
though.
Got
so
I've
Nurkic.
been
far this
hearing up
season,
with them, but
the Mavs have a 2-1 record versus the Suns.
mhm.
It's kind of sandwiched. They opened up ending last year on Christmas. They won Christmas Day game 128 to 114. They then got blew out 132 to 109 in the beginning or the end of January, man, on the 24th. And then they won a close game 123 113 in February. And they still have
Mhm.
one more matchup, I believe. So looking at it, I mean, it's interesting. Obviously, we know that Dallas is one of the worst defensive teams, and it's probably the worst defensive team right now in the league. But on the other end, their 1-2 duo has been really good so far. Luca, he's averaging 34, 9 and 9. He's Jesus, dude. He's averaging almost a steal and a half a game. 49% shooting, 38 from three. Obviously, his free throw is kind of sus with 78. And then you look at Kyrie, he's averaging 25, 5 and 5 on 60% true shooting percentage right now. 49 from the field, 40 from 3-point, 90 from the free throw. I mean, Kyrie's having a really, really solid year, and I feel like no one's really
Mhm.
talking about it. If
54.
they could
Yeah.
ever exactly, you're right there on the 50-40-90. He's at 49.3 for field goal
Mm.
percentage. I feel like if this team could just lock down a little bit better, and I know Kyrie knows how to, so I don't feel like it's his fault. I
No.
don't know. I just feel like they could make a little deep playoff run and surprise some teams. I just don't know how we feel about it because then you look at the other end.
Bro.
Exactly. And then you look at the other end, you have Kevin Durant, who's having another consistent season, just has had some issues with health, averaging 28, 6 and 5 on 63% true shooting percentage, 52% from the field,
and he's
which is
been healthy all year.
ridiculous.
Damn near.
Yeah. I mean, 42% from three, 85% from the free throw line. I mean, he is just absolutely killing it this season at
Cooking.
his
His
age
name
still.
Kevin Durant. Kevin
And
Durant.
then you look at Devin Booker, again, another person who struggled with health this season, averaging 27, 4, and 6 assists per game as the starting point guard. As a reminder for the Phoenix Suns, who claim they need a different point guard. On 49% shooting, 36 from 3, and 88 for free throws. I don't know how this matchup goes. I'm leaning towards Dallas.
I still will be leaning towards Dallas a
Give
little
me
bit.
the
I feel like
Suns. Valley of the Suns.
Luca is
Rise
just Luca's
up.
tough. And now that Luca actually has someone that can get his own bucket on his
Right.
own without needing someone to help him set it up, is gonna make it tough.
Because literally. Because once you start to guard one, the other one is just gonna start heating up. Then you got to put more pressure on the opposite, and then
They
it's
got
like, then what?
It's the same way with the Suns, though. You got three of those guys that on any given night could give you 50.
All right.
That it.
So
Yes,
I mean,
So
it's tough. We'll
basically, last time you need what's his name? Hardaway Jr. to
yes.
hit
yeah.
consistent threes. You need PJ Washington to hit consistent threes.
Yeah.
Which he can.
I mean,
He just pops up.
they can, of course, but it's like they've been on and off.
They just need to defend.
They only
They
go
just
off
need to
against
defend.
teams like the Lakers who give up the most threes in the league. It feels like.
That team is fine. They literally just need to defend. That's all it is. And I feel like if they do that, they'll be fine.
They should be average, bro. They need to be great.
Yeah, they literally just have to stay in front of the body. And
Scoring.
thankfully, come playoff times, a lot of those calls that other teams gets won't be as frequent. So the refs are
Mhm.
going to be a little bit tighter. We'll let them play more. So hopefully they can be a little bit more physical. But as of right now, I don't know.
I like Gelford, bro. He almost broke the Will Chamberlain record too.
I
So
seen
he-
that, and he ended up missing it on a
Yeah.
weak ass layup.
Yeah, I don't know.
So right now the
You're-
play-in's tough. The play-in's
you're
tough.
well with him too.
But if you take out
Oh, I
any of
forgot
these
about.
teams
Hold
and
up,
incorporate what's up?
forgot about Bol. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Bol.
I fuck with him.
That boy went crazy.
That's funny.
That boy went crazy yesterday. And
He-
I don't want to say went crazy, but he did. He had good stats for a role player. Oh, never mind. That wasn't yesterday. That was against the Celtics. But yeah, Bol.
Now,
And my boy Bol's been playing he's been playing. Imagine this lineup. Hold up. KD,
might as well play him.
Book, Bill, and then Nurt, Bobo. 2 7-footers in the backcourt.
I always thought he was decent. He's
Dang.
too
That's three.
inconsistent.
Wait, that's 3
Now-
7-footers. How do you guard that?
I mean, one
Unless-
of them's
unless the
inconsistent.
team-
You can't
unless
rely
the
on
team,
Bol
like-
to actually do something.
He can't.
All he has to do
He's
is
way
play
too
well.
inconsistent.
All he has to do is drop 10 points.
If he can, though.
He could shoot the three.
Can't believe.
So you have to guard that. You have to guard KD at the three. You have to. So that'd be Nurk getting
Bro, you're
paint
not gonna
by
play.
himself.
They play Bobo and Nurk together.
It's not gonna work.
Why wouldn't it?
They don't play them together, don't they?
Yeah, they have. It's been small.
I know, like in
small
Spurs, bro. I'm just
stretches,
saying, like to close out a game.
I think
Why
so.
would Bol be on the court to close out a game?
Because Bobo
I don't think so, bro. They don't close out with him.
for height.
I don't think they
rebound.
close out. That makes no sense to me.
Yesterday, I think
It really
yesterday
doesn't.
he was in, I think he closed out yesterday because they're having trouble
Alright.
on the court. Actually, I don't know because the Suns are their fourth quarter problems is a real issue to me.
They
Now,
give
a
up so much points in
team-
that fourth
Okay.
quarter.
Now, what about the Kings? This team, they have caused a lot of issues for most of these other teams as well, and the play-ins. And the Kings, like I said, could easily fall into it. The 6 seed is at 38 wins. The Suns are at 39. They've just played one last game, I believe.
Mhm.
Or I think the Kings have played one less game, if I remember correctly. And the Mavs are at 38 at the 8th seed, and Lakers are at 36 wins at the 9th. They could easily fall all the way back down.
Yeah,
Easily.
'cause they're
Now,
Threes, I don't got the Kings beating anybody.
if I don't know, y'all just got swept.
By who?
The Lakers just had the season series. They got swept this season by the Kings.
I'm talking about
Mike Brown circles around him, bro.
Huh?
Yeah, maybe just them. Maybe the Lakers, but I don't see the Lakers.
If I'm the Lakers, I am
I'm the Lakers.
hoping that the Kings don't get anywhere near them.
Yeah,
Minimum.
Because I mean, their ideal matchup, I feel like we're starting to become a little bit of a rough matchup because of how the team has been coming. But LeBron is always an issue regardless, and LeBron's going to make his thing work. If I'm the Lakers, they're trying everything they can do to get to the 7th seed. And if the Kings end up taking the 7th seed at the moment, I'd be worried.
yeah, it's whoever.
Because if the Lakers get the 8th seed and they end up playing the Kings, the Lakers might get bounced.
maybe.
And that's strictly because of Darvin Ham.
Yeah,
Because Mike Brown can coach.
It's going to bonus, bro. That shit crazy.
Mike Brown can coach, and AD gets bitched
Yeah, he gets
by
I'm
Sabonis.
about bonus, bro.
that's enough. You Lakers make the playoffs. Sit Bron ass. Sit Bron ass.
Yeah.
If we gonna win.
Never. Because if you sit Brown, you gonna lose.
Hey, when we sit Bron,
Oh, he wouldn't even look at
Bron's
that, bro.
injured and he don't play.
He's just talking, bro.
Facts. Beat the best teams. We beat the Celtics. Blew them out. Who else we beat without Bron the other day? We beat a good team without Bron the other day. Who was it? Oh, the Bucks. We beat them without Bron. Yeah.
I mean, the Bucks is also break up beat by a lot of teams, bro.
We Suns. I mean not Suns. Lakers make playoffs. Not sit Bron, but limit his fucking minutes.
It's gonna be interesting. The Kings are a tough one. Okay, so because of the fact
serious.
What the hell is nigga saying?
because of the fact that the West is going to be changing as much as it is, we're not going to do any crazy predictions. We'll just stick with this because the first 3 seeds are probably going to be the juiciest matchups. You got the Nuggets at 1, Thunder at 2, and the Timberwolves at 3. The Thunder and the Nuggets have been flip-flopping all season, essentially. Again, the Nuggets are 9-1 in the last 10. The Thunder are 7-3 in their last 10.
Ooh.
The Timberwolves and the Thunder, though, are the teams that these lowered seeds in the play-ins are just licking their chops to get a hold of right now. Because if I'm the Lakers or the Warriors, I am hoping to match up against OKC.
Yes.
I don't care how young they are. I just don't see them winning a playoff series.
In a long run, no.
I don't care how talented that team is. I just don't see it happening. The calls that Shai gets is not going to be happening. You know,
They're gonna be definitely not.
They're not. He's not going to be averaging 15 free throws.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watching my parlay.
So we'll do the realistic question then. Is there any team that you guys see that could be the 8th seed that could beat the Nuggets?
Nope.
Not a shot.
So Lakers, Warriors, Suns, either of those teams, because I don't think the Dallas Mavericks could beat the Nuggets.
The Suns.
I think the Suns, they can win like a few games off the Nuggets like they did
They
last
could get
year.
the closest out of anybody.
Yeah.
I will give them that, but I don't foresee any of these teams beating the Nuggets. I'm sorry. No.
Lakers will get swept.
Yes.
Warriors,
We'll put up at least 1 or 2.
one.
At least 1. Minimally 1. And then Dallas is just automatic off. I'm sorry.
Kings, I feel like they'll get swept.
Kings probably wouldn't even get sniff 1. They're just too much of a problem. They're too much of a juggernaut team already. It's just ridiculous. The Nuggets are like once fucking MPJ starts cooking along with Jokic,
They got 4 guys in line to get you 20 points any given night, bro. Like
at
it's just
any
crazy.
given night. It's ridiculous, bro.
And MPJ doesn't miss when he plays my team, bro.
Literally, he
MPJ
heats up
is
against
just
y'all for
the
some
problem.
reason.
I was
And
literally
Bam-
talking about y'all with this earlier this week.
Bro, and this fool had 25 points, bro. You look at the box score, MPJ, bro.
If y'all think about it, MPJ was supposed to be wasn't he supposed to be a lottery pick?
He was. I was literally saying this the other day to y'all in the group chat. He was going to be a lottery pick, and because of his back injury, he ended up slipping all the way down to the Nuggets. And I remember watching it. I was at the car lot with my mom to get a car for her, and I was watching the draft on the TV they had, and I seen that. I was like, bro, ain't no way. The Nuggets were stacked at the time. They were just really young. And MPJ continued to show why he was a steal.
Yes, every time.
Aaron Gordon was a real good pickup for them too.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I didn't understand it at first. I did not understand it at all, but he has been really good.
He was
for
never
them.
trash to me, but
he was never.
No, he was never. I didn't think it was trash. I just didn't think he would be that guy that would be able to do anything special for the team. But the way he played in the finals in that playoff run was really impressive. Honestly,
He showed why.
Expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on defense, bro.
Yeah, he was get you a bucket.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, that team's gonna have some contract issues.
What is he, 6'9"?
Oh yeah, come this time around for sure.
6'10", bro.
Oh yeah, 6'10".
Yeah.
Defensive presence.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon. No, Aaron Gordon's 6'8".
MPJ 6'10".
No,
MPJ 6'10".
6'8", my boy.
MPJ 6'10". Jesus, dude.
He's taller than Gordon. That's crazy.
That's they got a big ass lineup, bro.
Like, look, this season alone.
He's like 6'6".
This season alone, he's averaging 16.7 points, 7 rebounds, an assist and a half, which is really funny in my opinion.
Yeah, he don't
And
pass.
he don't pass. He straight buckets. But he's shooting 48% from the field and 49.9, pretty much 40% from 3. Like, if he was on his own team, he would absolutely probably be top 10 in scoring.
Oh yeah. If he had the ball,
He just
well,
don't pass.
Four, bro.
He legit just does not know how to pass the ball. He averages an assist for his career and for what he's played so far.
Yeah,
that's
he's there.
good.
Like it's just buckets.
He
I
fits
don't know.
perfect Jokic too because he doesn't have to pass.
Nope.
Yeah.
He can just stand in the corner. He's gonna get the ball.
Yeah.
Every time.
So NBA season is gonna be interesting. We're gonna keep an eye on it. Obviously, it's gonna be rough to see what happens. To wrap up, because I mean the NBA season is gonna do what it is. A season that is in the middle of its most exciting times, in my opinion, which is free agency, is the NFL right now. There has been a lot of moves and a lot of lack of them as well for the Dallas Cowboys. How are you feeling about that, Herb?
That's why I'm looking to putting in applications, man, for another team, bro. I feel like I was forced as a baby to be a goddamn Dallas Cowboys fan. So I feel like having a 1B team should be valid.
All right. Who would be the B team?
I don't know. I feel like if I was a baby and I was gonna pick, it'd
We have
be
applications, like I said.
So do
fuck
we.
no.
Hey, we're practically your father, anyways. You know, we fucking bitch
Y'all,
y'all in the playoffs,
y'all
so you
basically
fit right in.
you guys are one. You guys are basically us, but upgraded one because you guys at least make it to the NFC or Super Bowl, but you guys end up losing. So you guys are basically us, just in a better form. If you think about it, so we
I
won a
mean,
Super Bowl before y'all. I mean, we won the latest Super Bowl before y'all.
all
So
that
we
matters
have
is
that
who wins the
one
next one.
stuff. Yeah, to be honest.
That's all that
But
matters is who wins the next one. And it's going to be a race. This offseason's been really weird. Dallas has made absolutely no moves,
zero. We
essentially.
actually got Eric
No,
Ham.
y'all had one pickup. Yeah. And it was a solid pickup.
I
But
mean,
there's been,
we
yeah,
lost
you,
Tyron
uh
Smith. We lost Tony Pollard. We lost.
Yeah.
I forgot
and
who.
also Dak's money hits this season.
Yep, I feel like we should cut his ass.
What is that? 53 million, I think,
Oh,
He's like
you don't cut him for it.
Jeez.
if I remember correctly.
you said, why would I cut him?
No, that's not. I
No, no,
said for
no.
Uh,
Oh, for Dak.
yeah, I have Trey
And
Lance in
also,
there.
CD's got to get paid.
Get Justin Fields in there.
nigga said.
You
Anybody
guys
but
gonna have
Dak.
some interesting moves.
I feel like it's time for a change, man. For the sake of it, you don't make no moves. Not even trying to upgrade. You hear these old people on the radio talking
Trade
about, huh?
Dak Prescott for
Anybody. I'm saying anybody, bro.
oh,
I just want to
like
trade. But it could be Sam
trade
Darnold. I think he
Dak
yeah,
Prescott to the Bears for
Justin
Fields.
Fields
Justin Fields,
straight up.
and then re-sign CD Lamb, and now you have a young quarterback with a young wide receiver,
You know,
and I feel like that could be interesting.
bro.
It won't happen, but
I don't think it happens either, but I honestly have absolutely no idea what they're doing with that pick with the Bears. Like they're stacking up on that team. They just signed, or no, what did they do? They traded for, I don't even remember what it was. Hold up, I need to pull everything up.
they just got Keenan Allen.
Yeah, they just got Keenan Allen from fucking the Chargers.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
I say if they were smart, they go get Martin Harrison Jr. with their pick. And just stay with Fields because Fields isn't bad. He
No, I
just
don't think he's
hasn't
bad
had
at all.
he just hasn't had the health. First of all,
I mean, he showed out when he played, in my opinion. Last season, he played really well. I feel like he could do really good. Um, this season is just going to be interesting to see what ends up happening, especially after the offseason. you have teams like Jacksonville, who I feel like have a really good quarterback, in my opinion, with Trevor Lawrence, and I think they can play. They just signed Eric Armstead to a beefy 51 mil 3-year contract. I mean, that's tough, but that's a guy with a lot of injury history. I could attest to that one. They lose Calvin Ridley. I mean, they essentially only got him for about a season, and it didn't work out at all for them. He ends up going to Tennessee, which I did not see coming. But I mean, get your money, I guess. Do what you want to do. 4 years, 92 mil. That's tough. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Herb? How do you feel about your division right now? The Eagles have been making quite a bit of moves so far. They signed Bryce Huff, 3-year, 51 mil. They get Saquon Barkley for a 3-year, $37 million.
What?
They're really kind of moving up. How do you feel about that division right now and your chances with your team so far looking to repeat exactly what the plans were last season?
Eagles got it. They got it. They adding everybody. We can't add nobody. They had players last season. We didn't add nobody. They added players this season. We didn't add nobody. We lost players. Didn't add nobody. They got Saquon. We didn't add nobody. We lost Leonard Pollard. Didn't add nobody.
It's just a repeat.
Shit show over there, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season for you, KJ, your Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to have a pretty good season.
Wait.
Josh. What's up?
Fletcher Cox retired?
Huh?
Fletcher Cox retired?
Yeah, Fletcher Cox retired. I didn't see this 6 days ago. So they lost Jason Kelsey and Fletcher Cox. I don't like that. But they do have young.
Oh, they did. I forgot Jason Kelsey did retire, and that's going to be a blow to them.
Yeah,
That's a blow to them.
I mean, but then you got
We'll see. We'll see how that works out.
You got Jalen Hurts who could squat 600. You got Saquon who could squat 600. So that that touch pushing going nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, does it really matter though? Because if you go back to the AFC, that motherfucker Kermit the Frog, fuck, somehow just keeps surprising me. Restructures his contract and opens up so much space that they managed to get Marquise Brown from the fucking Ravens.
I mean, if you think about it, Patrick Mahomes is smart. Like
he's smart as fuck. That man wants to win.
Yeah,
they might three-peat.
If you think about the money that he's losing, he's not really losing money.
I mean, he's making so much from endorsements.
Yeah, endorsement. He owns the baseball team.
Like, he's making so much money, and he's going to get it all eventually.
Oh,
they
yeah.
managed to re-sign Chris Jones. Like, that is now a team that did not have a wide receiver and Jason Kelsey to a team that now has a number one receiver, in my opinion. Travis Kelsey, I'm sorry. And a defense that last year was really good once the playoffs hit, and they're going to be building off of it.
Yep.
They actually might win it all this year, and I hate to say that.
They just might take it all this year.
It's so annoying. Dude, if he wins, do you have him in the GOAT talks already? Like, he's already the greatest?
He already is.
Yeah, you think he's already the greatest if he wins, or is he right now?
I think he is right now.
Honestly, the shit that he does, he might as well be up there already, in my opinion.
What, he has 3 right now, right?
It's already insane because, and if he does it again, you can't. If he does it again, you can't say otherwise. There's no way.
E3 PC the GOAT, bro.
Oh God, if he does it again, there's no way. You can't say it. Sorry, but yeah.
I mean, he already has 3. He's only 28.
It's a no-brainer, honestly.
He has 3 and he's only 28, and he has one of the best rosters in the league right now.
Yes,
with still the best tight end, wide receiver that might end up having top 10 stats this year.
It's actually
and
good,
a defense that stopped our offense in that Super Bowl the way it did. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a
Yeah.
long season. It's a long off season. We still have to get through the draft, see what happens there. I'm excited to see.
They're talking about adding a game.
Yeah, I saw that, which is going to be weird, but I mean, go for it, I guess.
They had an extra game.
Yeah,
They might, yeah.
Wow. I don't think
More
it's worth. I don't think
football.
they should, in my opinion. Like the hell.
I don't think so either. I feel like it's fine as it is.
And especially because that's another game they get an injury.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I feel like it'll make it more interesting though.
I mean,
It'll make it more
definitely.
interesting,
Football
but
season
like
short, like it's short.
For record,
if they're gonna add another game, at least hear what the players are saying then and remove the turf.
Yeah.
Because the amount of injuries that happened in the beginning of the season because of those turf fields is ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you also have to think about the people that's actually in the sport playing it. So
Yeah, true.
that's how. Yeah, because I don't know. It's going to be interesting for the schedule. I mean, like for records and things like that, and how the positionings will be when everything's all said and done. But yeah, for injuries, it's going to definitely increase. I feel like.
Should be a interesting season. We'll kind
We'll
of
see,
keep
though.
track of it. You know, free agency still has a lot of moves to be made. We now have 30 plus, 35 plus million in cap space right now.
It's ridiculous.
We have a quarterback that's on a kindergarten deal, essentially. It's insane. So it's definitely going to be interesting. We'll touch up on it. We'll see what ends up happening, but we'll go ahead and we'll wrap up. I think that was a pretty eventful first episode.
Oh yeah.
How long did we talk for?
Over an hour at this point.
Yeah.
We're just about over an hour. We do plan on incorporating other things eventually, as some things happen. We talk about baseball and stuff like that at times possibly, or MMA, because Herb and I are huge MMA fans. A lot of stuff happening out there. We want to try doing some betting stuff and getting that out there too, because Herb over here is also the guru. My boy knows what he's doing over there.
Factual.
We just want to try to make this cool and then maybe do some other stuff because we like everything else, gaming, anime. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama.
Rest in peace.
So I feel like this was a good episode. How y'all feeling? I think this is a good place to stop it.
Yep, so wrap it up.
Definitely.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead. We'll wrap that up. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
When?
We'll be back
at some point. Hopefully next week.
Yes,
we'll see.
Sir. All right. Later, y'all.
All right.
Bucket, man.
All right. That's Craig.
All right, bet. Let's start.